Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Look at us. It's June 2nd.
Where does the time go?
The days are so long.
Love it.
I love it too. Part of me, I get this feeling around this time like I need to be like maximizing my enjoyment of it. Like I need to be outside at 8:45.
Yes. Yes. And the crazy part of all of this is on June 21st, it starts to go backwards. And that's only
3 weeks.
3 weeks away. So we
yeah.
really need to take advantage of it.
So maybe I should be getting up at 5:15. All right. I'm challenging myself.
Enjoy the full day as much as possible.
Just get out there and see what happens just for fun.
Yes, especially that evening. Especially that evening time frame because it's so fleeting.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good about I'll go out and do my jogging in the evening, which helps me stay out at least till 8.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
And try to catch the sunsets.
Yes. Although now that the leaves are up, which is great, I'm not complaining, but the view is different along the bike path because you can't see through the trees anymore.
True.
Yeah.
My challenge is going to be that when everything gets taken care of, regarding my eye, I'm actually going to go to different locations to take in the sunsets.
Nice.
My little personal goal.
Beautiful.
I can enjoy them from my house, but it'd be nice to enjoy the scenery in other locations.
Yeah. So we're going to, I'm drinking water. I don't know if anyone else has something to drink.
I'm drinking green tea.
Yeah.
My usual green tea.
And we say this out loud because it is important to hydrate. And if you're like us, it's easy to forget. So we just remind each other, drink up.
Drink up.
Yeah. And I'm trying a new tea. It's Echinacea Plus. It promotes immune function. Ever heard of it?
Yes.
Yes. Very good for you. We have echinacea growing in the backyard at the ADC.
We sure do. I think it's out front too.
Nice. Purple coneflower.
Yes. So we're going to try something different today for coffee talk, because typically we start by celebrating a particular birthday, but there wasn't anybody's birthday that any of us felt like that we or any of you would feel particularly invested in hearing about. So instead, we thought we would talk about astrological signs for this month to start. And we do have a couple of Geminis. We know Sis was born in June, Pauline on the cusp. We might have some staff.
My husband was born in June.
Okay.
My daughter, June 21st.
Oh, just like Pauline.
Summer solstice.
And we may have some volunteers who have June birthdays. So
I ran into Darlene the other day.
Oh. Speaking of volunteers.
Yes.
So Gemini.
So what's kind of interesting, so Julie Irish has a book. And cool. Linda Goodman's Sun Signs.
It's an old book. The pages are very yellowed.
Oh, I love the cover. It's so cool. So some of you, I'm sure we all know about astrology because in newspapers, they have these very quick astrological forecasts. And so sometimes astrology gets a bad rap because of those, because they're never true. It's like a fortune cookie, there's not much to them. But actually,
they're not true.
I believe in them.
I love a good fortune cookie.
Well, so maybe the fortune cookies, maybe people do resonate with a fortune cookie. I can't hear Julie Irish. Can you, Sandra?
Julie, talk.
I missed that.
All right, you're back.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
do you two find that those newspaper astrologies are accurate?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't.
I don't.
I find that most of them are not. They're a little too generic, but
They can be very generic. I agree, but for some reason they line up for me pretty well. And then I have a few sources that I look at every day, and those all seem to be quite accurate.
and they're in newspapers.
I go online as well. So
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that my experience of, like, for example, in the Conway Daily Sun, I don't get much out of that horoscope. I find that some of the mainstream newspapers, their horoscopes aren't that good. I think that the good horoscopes you have to go look for, that they're the ones online or they're the ones published in specific magazines. So all I was trying to introduce to people is that some people may not like astrology because the only astrology they've been shown is in a newspaper that doesn't have a very good astrological forecast.
for some reason some little parts of it tend to line up. I agree with you, Anna, on
Now, not getting too deep, but with astrology, there is the blanket month, but each individual person, depending on the day you were born, the hour you were born, the minute you were born, it all plays into what your true horoscope would be, your true picture. Am I right, Anna, or?
yes. That's very accurate because the stars and the planets are all in a certain position at that moment you were born.
Right, because if it was just a blanket, there was a lot of people born February 6th. So we can't all have the exact same, but not everybody was born the 2nd.
It's like a meteorological forecast. So you can say for Mount Washington Valley, it's like, so if we have a sun sign, so we're talking about Gemini. So anyone born in the Gemini sun sign, you can give a forecast, just like a meteorological forecast. But if you're on the hill, it's going to be different than if you're on the far side of the valley. You know, like Freiburg has different weather than,
Yeah.
for example, Madison. It'll snow in Madison and Freiburg won't get any of it. So you can get a forecast, but then the specifics, that has to do with what you're bringing up, Sandra, about,
Okay.
so it's a really good point.
Yeah.
So in terms of the general, like, forecast or whatever you want to put it, in terms of those born between May 22nd and June 21st, there's an idea that there's certain, like, personality characteristics that tend to go with that sun sign.
That's true. So I just found a quick little blurb here that sort of just talks about Gemini traits and an overview. There's the third sign of the zodiac, and those that are born under the sign will be quick to tell you about it because they love to talk.
Yeah.
It's not just idle chatter for these folks either. The driving force behind a Gemini zodiac sign's conversation is their mind, ruling the third house. The Gemini born are intellectually inclined, forever probing people and places in search of information.
That resonates with me, like, in terms of the Geminis I know. And sometimes the word is sometimes Geminis might be characterized as, like, intense because of that, because they're very, because they like to engage. And
yes, the more information a Gemini collects, the better, it says here. And they love to share that information with those that they love.
yeah, Gemini's like, it's like a talkative type, like more of an extrovert maybe.
Yes, I've heard that. I know some Geminis that are extroverted.
And as we're sharing this information, folks, we're knowing full well that not everybody is going to agree with this. And that's perfect. That's great. We thought, if nothing else, it'll give you fodder for conversation. So as you're watching, you can talk about, do you know Geminis? Are they talkative? Do they tend to like intellectual engagement? Like, you know, take what you like, leave the rest. We're not here to convince you of anything. We just think it's fun to explore these things.
Yes. I've got another quick little blurb that I'm reading from the book.
Yes.
I just have to position myself here. If there are times when a Gemini person makes you think you're seeing double, don't run out and change your glasses. Just remember that Gemini is the sign of the twins. And there are two distinct sides to his changeable personality. Now you see it, now you don't. Was it love you thought you caught fleetingly on those mobile features? Hate, intelligence, idealism, sorrow, joy? The changes of a Gemini's expression are as fascinating to watch as the psychedelic lights in a discotheque.
Ooh.
It's hard to tell where reality ends and illusion begins. They blend, then they separate. That's kind of fascinating.
So like that ability of a Gemini to kind of experience all potentials and not be like locked into this one expression.
Yes, that is very accurate in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a real strength.
It really is.
And I can see how it could be challenging to be a Gemini because socially people like to sort of put each other in a box, like because we want to understand and like kind of control the experience. But if you can feel happy and sad and be excited and then also be kind of all within 5 minutes, that might be hard for others.
Yes, I agree with you, Anna. My daughter's birthday is June 21st, and she's on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer, and she identifies more with the Cancer sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that.
Yeah. I know. Like, do you identify as your sign? Do you feel like it's a good match for you, Julie Irish?
Oh, 1,000,000%. Like if there was I'm a Taurus.
A Taurus, right. Okay. And you, Sandra, what are you again?
Aquarius.
Do you identify? Does that seem like
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
They're very creative,
Mhm.
artistic. They like to, and that's me.
Yes. And I'm a Leo, and I feel like, yep, Leo's seems like a good match for me. And there's like all these other too, like there's Enneagrams. Has anyone heard of an Enneagram? It's another like personality type thing, is to identify your number. It's Enneagram. It's very interesting.
Oh, okay.
You did that here once. We were just, there was a few of us here and you did ours.
That was birth number. That was birth number.
Oh.
Enneagram is different. It's
Okay.
really interesting. And all these things, like what I think is cool about them is it just helps me get to know myself better, because either I agree with it or I don't. But in any case, it makes me think a little bit more deeply, like reflect on, you know, like what am I committed to? What am I about?
Yeah. Love that.
I love that. So I think we should do more astrological insights. So those of you watching this, if you kind of enjoy exploring different realms, let us know. And remember, you don't even have to agree with it to enjoy it. You could just enjoy hearing us talk smack.
Love it. Yes.
So we do have some things to share about this day in history, like On this day in history, in 1835, P.T. Barnum and his circus began touring the United States.
Whoa.
1835?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Mhm.
Now they dispatched, right? Mostly because of
Animal cruelty.
Animal rights.
animal cruelty.
Yes.
I don't know if it was them or a different circus that an elephant got loose in Sanford, Maine. Remember hearing that story? And it was back in the 1800s.
Whoa.
And it went running down the road in South Sanford.
Oh.
And people they'd never seen an elephant before. They had not a clue what it was.
Wow.
It didn't end well for the elephant.
Oh.
This makes me so
But because they didn't know what it was. The whole thing was that it was, yeah.
Mm. I went to the circus when I was young. So
We did. My brother and I wanted to go because we wanted to see elephant poop. We lived on a farm. We were curious, how big is it? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was Frank and I, Julie.
That's too funny.
I think if I went now, it would make me depressed. Like, I don't like zoos. Animal refuges, I like, but zoos, circuses, I just feel like.
Same here.
Yes, I enjoy knowing that animals are safe in sanctuaries and taken care of. There's one in particular that I follow where there's lions. It's in Africa, and they go live every day.
Oh, cool.
And you can actually, well, not right now, but you can actually reserve time to be there in a house, and right outside the doors are the lions. Like, they're right there.
Where is this? You guys frozen, or I frozen? I missed it.
It's in Africa.
You can stay at a house right outside the lions?
Yeah, like you can plan a vacation time to go there and to spend time on their property. They also have talking about zoos or circuses and things, they have a cage with the plexiglass or whatever the material is. But anyway, you can go into that and be out there in the field, and the lions will jump right up on top, and you can take your pictures. You're right with them. It's amazing. And they have a lot of incredible footage and pictures, and they're doing amazing things for these lions.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, her brother has an animal refuge down in Florida. He's known as the Alligator Man. When they have like an alligator loose in Miami, they will call Bob Freer to come and get it because he's a no-kill. He goes, gets them, and takes them back to their natural habitat. And if they're harmed or anything, he takes them to his refuge where they're allowed to get healthy again to go back, or they stay with him because they can't. Or it's pretty neat.
That's fascinating. Yeah. Wow.
So maybe like pick out one or two more things from this list if you each have one that you want to pick out.
Well, I think that it's very important that in 1953, Queen Elizabeth II is formally crowned as the Queen in England. I think that's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
It was her coordination was at the Westminster Abbey is the first televised major international event in history.
Wow. So that's, yeah, the
That's
royal
big.
family has made international news forever. That's cool.
And I have one here. In 1981, Barbara Walters famously asks Katharine Hepburn this question: if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? And Katharine Hepburn replied, she would prefer to be an oak than an elm. I think that's a good answer.
Yeah. Okay.
The mighty oak.
A strong oak tree.
Yes.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Shall I tell our joke?
Go for it.
Okay. So the wife says, our new neighbor always kisses his wife when he leaves for work. Why don't you do that? And the husband says back, how can I? I don't even know her. Oh, so many things I could say, but I won't.
Oh my. So good to be together. Any of you who are watching, hi, thank you.
Yeah.
We know sometimes these are easier to check in with than our Zooms, but please know that it's never too late to decide you want to check out Zoom. We just welcome, we're like always so happy anytime someone new shows up, so don't feel, and if you do feel a little cautious or unsure, just call any one of us and we'll talk you through it and encourage you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a wonderful rest of the day and we'll see you soon.
Bye.